What's up, everybody? Peter X is Okafor here, and welcome to another episode of Hit Songs. The title of today's episode is Billie Eilish, Flirty and Sexy in 2024. Man, is she doing it up this year. Usually I just do one song, but I think these songs are related, so we're going to do two. Lunch, which is off of Billie Eilish's latest album, then Guess, which is where Billie plays a guest on Charli XCX's song. So Lunch came out first, and in the spring, and Guess, what is it? 2 months maybe, so 4 or 5 months later. Lot going on here. Billie Eilish is doing letting her queerness shine. Nothing wrong with that. Love both of these songs. As I said, they're so flirty and so sexy, and we've never had a woman duet. Two women do a love duet, kind of. And that's what's going on here. So, yeah, so let's dive in. I mean, first of all, I've always felt that Billie Eilish is more rooted in punk than people think. I mean, even if you go back, remember, I'm the bad guy. I mean, and her whole look when she first came out was pretty punk. But even though it was popish and EDM, there was always a punk element to, that first album. It was a great debut album as well. Well, I mean, she's still doing, she's still a punk at heart, and visually, she's not as punk as she was, but there's still punk elements in what Billie Eilish is doing visually as well. So let's start with Lunch first. So, Lunch, 502 million streams, and then Guess has 186 million streams. Lunch clocks in at 2 minutes and 58 seconds, and Guess comes in at 2 minutes and 22 seconds. So what stands out to me about Lunch is, we had I Kissed a Girl, I believe that was Katy Perry. We've had a couple of things out, with, woman on woman love. But this really, what stands out here to me is kind of what she finds attractive. I mean, the object of her attraction, she does drop a name, Claire. So what she finds attractive about Claire, I mean, when men are talking about women, it's body dimensions, and is very physical. And she talks about, Claire's skin being so clear and her smile. And, when you get into you go back in R&B 70s, the soul ballads and stuff. Yeah, I mean, they talk about the smile and that kind of stuff. But, it's interesting. It's a very different perspective on what a woman finds attractive in another woman in comparison to men. So, I mean, Lunch is popish, but it's not as explicit, obviously, as Guess. But, you know what they're talking, you know what she's talking about. But it's, yeah, I mean, it's a nice little dance groove. I mean, it's, there's a subtle funk to it. And, let me see. Now, like at the end too, her vocals are kind of clipped. I mean, she says like half sentences and then they're cut off, and I thought that was a cool way of, sometimes when you're you're just captivated and thunderstruck by another person romantically, and you're speechless, so to speak. So I kind of like how she did that at the end of Lunch. Guess. Now, Guess is straight funky. It's very funky. Mixes in a little EDM, and so Charli XCX starts off the song. This is probably 120 BPM. Lunch is maybe 105-ish, I guess, BPM beats per minute. This song is very explicit, and can't remember if I've heard it on the radio yet. I'm wondering, if they're even playing it, or you have to beep out or remove a lot of lyrics here. But, a lot of references to underwear and oral sex here. But hey, it's still a banger of a song, and, there's 186 million streams. So if radio isn't playing it, people are finding out about it because it is catchy. It's very well done. So yeah, I mean, this is I think it's interesting that they're using three different synthesizer bases here. They use a kind, when Charli's doing her thing, it's a kind of a thin resonance bass that's out of EDM, but it works. It works. I like it. And then when Billie comes, they come with a much fatter bass. And then there's a different, type of bass patch, at the end. So yeah, I mean, Billie, in the second part of the song, that husky, it's interesting too how they distinguish between the voices. So, Charli, make sure you hear English accent, and Billie, make sure, the husky, the smoky character of her voice, it's, she turns that up. It's always there, but she turns that up. So, to differentiate between the vocals here, because, they're pretty, I'm sure they probably sing in the same key. And so you have to do subtle, small things like that to really, kind of have a demarcation of the voices. But they both do a great job, and love this song, and love what Billie Eilish is doing her own thing in 2024, and love what she's doing. She's pushing some boundaries and raising some eyebrows. Hey, and I mean, both of these songs, even though they're explicit, are very fun and very flirty, and that makes it even more sexy. I mean, hey, sex is supposed to be fun, and it's supposed to be light. Well, it should be. Hey, when you, if you can make it fun and whatnot, it's a lot easier. So anyway, yep, I'm gonna roll out on that note. Let me do this close. Thank you for coming through. I got 5 albums of my own that are here on the YouTube channel and also on all the major streaming services. I record under the name Exodus, Xodus. My first album is called Book 1. I also have 2 science fiction fantasy novels on Amazon. Hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, hey, and leave some comments. So thanks again, and I will see you next episode.